has had a long list of overlords: the Chimu people, Paracas, Nazca, Mochi, and of course the famed Incas. Those who live here now still practice many of the cultural traditions of these long-lost peoples. Peru is a tough place to live back all those centuries ago, and it's still a harsh land. The high Andes tower into the death zone. The altitude alone commands hard living. Unknown to most of the world, there are whitetail deer sharing these remote mountain reaches with these descendants of those empire builders from so long ago. Smaller in body than their North American cousins, these whitetail deer have also learned to live side by side with another creature, one of the strangest looking animals on the face of the earth. An animal reputedly introduced to Peru centuries ago by the Spanish conquistadors. That animal is the four-horned sheep. Whenever you come into a country, you've got to have the right documentation, the right licenses and permits. And sometimes you can get those ahead of time, but in this particular case, on this trip, we couldn't. So we have to wait. Today's Sunday. Tomorrow, the ministry opens up, and we can try and get our hunting license and permits tomorrow. It means we have to use a hunting day to stay in the city. That's the bad news. The good news is we get to check out Lima, one of the most interesting cities in South America and in fact the world. Pretty quiet in here today. Lima is a city of 9 million people, and tourism is one of their big industries. So this place would normally be packed if it wasn't a Sunday and a Father's Day. Everything's pretty much shut down. That's kind of cool. These are actually grown in captivity, so it's not, these weren't taken out of the wild. In Peru, there's gigantic farms that actually produce bugs and butterflies, and it's a major industry over here. Hey, what's that?
A piranha. Touch.
Oh yeah, that's the, ow, ow.
Allá ves. Las isulas.
Yeah.
Esas se comen. No lima,
Comida.
cero.
Yeah.
No, me no.
Yeah, you.
No.
No?
No.
Other people, everybody else eats them. These are ants. Apparently they're very tasty. So what I'm thinking about buying is this, 1, 2, 3, 4. But you have to make a good price. The price, no grande price.
¿Por qué?
Cinco.
Tiene que ser que tu tamaño.
She said 50% off? Yeah, she understands enough.
You know that.
When you're buying these things in countries too, you have to be careful because not everything is exportable, number one, or importable. And you don't want to support the killing of animals that are killed just for a tourism market.
$3.25.
That's a good price. Thank you so much. Gracias.
Muchas gracias.
Muchas gracias. We got it. headed for the mountains, the Sierras, to look for the Venado Cola Blanca. Finally arrived at the ranch house. It's been a 12-hour day, not too bad, but everyone's a little tired. Apparently, we have to cross some kind of a hanging bridge to get to the ranch house. This bridge is a little bit disconcerting. They won't let me carry anything across on this first trip. They say until I get a feel for the bridge. Wow, that is one wobbly, wobbly bridge. Holy smoke. How old is it?
My dad owned it for it's 25 years, and then the lady that we bought it from was born here. She was 80 when she died. Her family, her parents, they grew up here. We are estimating over 180 for
Over
sure.
180 years old.
Yeah. But just say 200 makes it sound cool.
This is it, the high Andes white-tailed deer, the Venado Cola Blanca. That's what we're hunting. That's a big old one, actually. The deer won't weigh more than 100 pounds if we can find one. I think we're in for a very, very interesting hunt, just based on location and accommodations. Oh man, that's too close. This is day one, and I think we slept for about 4 hours last night. But the very little sleep is the bad news. The good news is we're going to head into the mountains here pretty quick and look for Venado Cola Blanca, the high Andes subspecies of the white-tailed deer. I don't know what's worse, crossing that bridge in the night when you can't see, or coming across in daylight and knowing if you trip, you're gonna smash on the rocks down below. Daylight, this is a lot rougher country than it looks at night. Another thing you don't realize is the elevation. Right now I can feel my breathing is deeper, and there's no satisfaction from taking a deep breath. Looks like we're climbing. That's Scotcha. It's a type of a rabbit.
It's like a rabbit with a long tail. They only live up here. There's some areas a little further south, lower elevation. They have them, but not that many. It's very rare to see them.
Really cool. Scotcha. They've either got to come off just behind this face, right, and on this side of the rocks, or they've come out of this face in front of us here. That's the only two choices, because further down they're not coming out of there because it's all rocks. What do you think? I didn't see any scat or tracks, but maybe they're not up this high on the sides.
From where we were at right now, we could have seen movement over there.
Yeah, if they're on that face, for sure.
Do
Maybe,
you think it has anything to do with the moon?
maybe. Then they could feed at night. They could drink at night because there's lots of light. They don't need to come down. But if it is the moon, then we have to be here a lot earlier to catch them earlier. I think we can safely say there's no deer here. You would see them if they're here.
We should head out.
Let's go. Can you imagine every day of your life, this is a normal walk? I mean, to do anything, you've got to go up and down a hill. That toughens you up.
Tía, te presento unos amigos. Son de Canadá, son.
How are you doing? Nice to meet
Canadá
you.
es.
Nice to meet you.
¿Cómo estás?
Is this leche?
Es la leche de la vaca.
Ah, it's warm. It's
Sí.
caliente. Is it good
Caliente.
you drink like this?
Ajá.
Yeah, that's okay. So this is his businesses. And these are his milk cows. Hey, this is the milk shed. So he just poured all the milk into the sieve.
I don't know what this is called in English, but this is basically
Fermenting.
fermented, yes.
Yeah, it's fermenting there. So now he's taken the fermenting milk and he's used the sieve to leave the juice into the milk. It's such a beautiful thing. It's just like timeless. Like, he does this every day.
He actually cooked some potatoes for us. He's gonna offer us some potatoes.
Oh, wow. That's incredible. That's a potato. Very good.
Con su queso.
Bueno, you put queso on it? And it's as organic as you get. Homemade queso fresca, fresh cheese, no preservative, nothing. No pasteurized. And a potato grown in the garden, just boiled. There you go. No nothing. Very good. Really good.
Muy rico, dice.
Sí.
Oh. So we've done a couple of things here from our side. We've had an incredible meal, and we've also learned about the whitetail deer. This gentleman says they come down over here. He saw 10 of them 20 days ago, and he says he's got a trail that goes up behind this mountain. Because if he wasn't so busy, he'd take us up there. Right? And I'm kind of glad he won't be doing that because I won't be able to keep up with him. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Getting higher and higher into the Andes. The scenery is changing. More green and flatter areas. This is where I'm hoping to find the Indian goose. I'm going to try for one with a bow and arrow if possible. So that was it. Those are alpacas. Wow. That are cute. Alpacas. They just stopped in there. They're right here. That's really cool. They use the alpacas for the hair only.
Wool.
Wool, strictly for wool, not for food. not
For meat, yeah. Alpaca
too.
meat is really good.
Awesome. Just different creatures here. This cross sits on the height of land, 15,600 plus feet. You can breathe in. There's a fraction of the oxygen that we have at sea level. So serene and beautiful with all of this around. spotted Andean geese. Indian geese are only found here, and this is where you can hunt them, is up high like this. So we spotted a flock of them down below, over the edge here. So we're gonna sneak up and see if we can get deer. Range behind them. Yards. Hit him, touch low, but we'll get him. Yeah, he's down. He's gonna go down. Holy, he's huge. We got him, Angelo.
Yeah.
40.
That was a really good shot.
46 yards.
How far was it?
46 yards.
Let me be the first to congratulate you. And that's a nice big
It's a
specimen.
big male, eh?
Yeah.
Look at
Yeah,
his,
you can tell that's a male. It's
the
huge.
hook on his bill.
Yeah.
Oh, he's huge, eh?
Yeah. Real nice. Did a spur on his wing.
Oh yeah, look at that.
Yeah, it's real neat. They use the spurs to climb out. Like if you could see the angle here, it's real steep, so they kind of help themselves pull their bodies out of the little lakes and ponds down there.
The iridescence is amazing. It's like a purple and then green. This is actually not black, it's green. So we have dinner. That'll be good for us to eat. We're going to be eating like kings tonight. We're cooking up the Andean goose. I'm really excited about dinner tonight. I'm going to try a piece of breast right off the bat. It's perfectly done. Holy smokes. Angel, that is so good.
I'm glad you liked it.
We may not have the animal we came for yet, but that is so tasty. That's better than any goose I've ever had.
Let me get a piece of that.
Day 2, 5 a.m. We're almost up at the hunting area. Much earlier start today, which hopefully will make the difference on us. The locals definitely are seeing them or have seen them in the past. So we're in the right area. It's just a matter of if the timing's right. Maybe the full moon's affecting their behavior. Maybe they're only moving in the middle of the night. There's no way to know until we put some time in.
What do you think? You want to go this way?
Right now we can't see anything anyways.
That's true. Do you think we should wait here for a little bit then?
Possible, yeah. Probably better, because otherwise we'll walk right into them. They'll see us. It's almost 11 o'clock in the morning. More than likely all the deer, if they're here, will be bedded now and impossible to see. We have to wait till they stand up. They will occasionally stand up and change positions, but nothing we can do now. Just put in time, wait, and hope. Day 3 today, so we'll try again this morning. We just have to keep trying and trying and trying and trying and trying and trying. I have no idea. Nothing. Pretty much the same as every other day. We'll still keep going though. There's less wind today, maybe that'll make a difference. So this natural draw right through here, this face would be perfect if they're here. There's a Taruka. Oh, smoke. We just saw a Taruka. That's like a white-tailed deer, but it lives in higher elevation. We're probably above the whitetails right now. It's a male too. Really beautiful deer. You can see the spikes with the front brows. Really an unusual animal to see. They don't have a hunting season for them. They would open it up if somebody would do a study and do a census to find out how many, so they have a better idea how many. They know there's a lot, but they're erring on the side of caution down here in Peru, so they don't open up a season for them. But just to see one is incredible. There's no deer. We've looked long enough, early enough, and stayed late enough that if there was any number of white-tailed deer in here, we would have seen them. We saw foxes, we saw Taruka. It's not like we're not spotting what's here. So we'll work our way down and maybe we'll see something on the way out, but it's just a tough hunt. It's a very difficult hunt. We're struggling. Primary objective, the Venata Cola Blanca, we haven't seen a single white-tailed deer the entire time. It's not the end of the world, but it's pretty disheartening when we wait all day long, dawn till dark, and don't see a single hair of a white-tailed deer the entire time. It's tough. It's tough, but we still have time. We still have time. There's still hope. It's kind of a quiet camp. We just haven't found the whitetail yet. We'll try this morning, and if we don't see any deer, then we can come back out to the truck, go higher up to 16,000, where there's an animal called a four-horned sheep, and these sheep are feral, no high fences, just running free. I'm hoping for the deer. Try it one more time. And if it doesn't work this morning, then we're done. We'll be coming back. it's about the same feeling I've had every day here. You start out with the hope, but there just is there's nothing there. There's no give back to shore up that hope. Not one deer sighting the entire time. One taruka, we're not hunting those. It's just a very difficult animal to hunt. Very difficult. There's no point in staying back in the canyon looking for the Venado Cola Blanca. I just don't think they're there. Darn it. To the top of the mountain where we'll be hunting the four-horned sheep. We just headed to this last village to pick up some supplies, canned goods, rice, dry goods for the villagers at the top of the mountain. It's a goodwill gesture on our part. It's humanitarian. Hunters do it all over the world. It's part of hunting.
They celebrate the Day of the Farmer.
Okay.
And this little community is having the party. It's just about to start. We're going to start off with a parade. All the little kids and the parents. And then after that, they're going to have the prize animals, the llamas, the bulls, that kind of stuff. And then they're going to have a big feast and drinks and all.
Feast too. This is awesome. We had no idea. We were heading to hunt for the four-horned sheep, and we came into this village. I don't even know the name of the village yet. And we've been invited to the head table to watch their fair, their parade. This is fantastic. What an incredible experience. When you see these people, they're happy people. Without knowing who we were, they opened their arms, welcomed us into their celebration, the Farmer's Day. It was perfect. Our day of hunting has changed from a day of hunting to a day of celebration with the people up here in the high Andes. Now, they tell us that we've got to get to the next village because there's a bullfight. It's all part of the celebrations, and that's as important as what we just witnessed. So we're on our way. This is the Huayllay Chinguino dance. It's the dance of this village, the traditional dance. And they have the masks on so nobody knows who the other person is, and they can dance with anybody during the dance. Even the little boy down here dancing, following the steps of maybe his father or his grandfather. They pass these traditions. This dance gets passed on generation after generation after generation. They're about to let the bulls out of the truck. The clowns are right here. This is their blue shields, and we got to be behind the blue shields. Yikes. I just want to make sure that I could really get behind it quickly if I have to. Oh, he just walked right over. The bull went right through the fence. He came on this side. These are wild bulls that they catch up in the mountains. They're feral bulls. Whoa, look up, Matt. Watch out. Oh, man. That's too close. The bull just got the clown and lifted him up. No, shh. He's good. He's okay. He's safe. What an incredible experience. People that don't understand hunting think that hunting's the kill, but that's not what hunting's about. This is what hunting's about. Experiences, a journey, an incredible, incredible journey. Higher and higher into the Andes as we head towards the height of land. This is where we're going to be hunting the four-horned sheep. And apparently the four-horned sheep live somewhere in these open areas. There's obviously no fences and they're roaming free.
He says to go in that direction of the rocks on the tip of that mountain right there. From this mountain range to the backside, we should be able to see sheep.
Them. Okay. Let's go try. Climbed to probably 15,000 feet now. I don't see any sheep looking over the backside, so we have to climb higher even. Probably over that peak. The only places they can be is tucked in underneath these rocks. They can be tucked right in behind these rocks right here.
Hola amigo, ¿cómo estamos? Está acá está. ¿Quién mata?
What's he say?
Says he's seen one down there.
He did?
Subirnos. Más allá.
I see a bunch down there, but that's not...
Un negro. Ajá. ¿De dónde está estos blancos más allícito nomás?
Oh, I see him out there. He's way out there in the flats.
And locals don't like the four-horn
Okay.
because they believe it's an inferior breed, so they don't want them to interbreed with their flock.
Domestic.
Right.
What are the chances of getting close?
If you go in real slow, you can probably get within 40 yards, and then it'll see you and start walking off. But if you go in fast, he'll take off.
40 yards, and after that, then you're gonna run.
Yeah.
That's a long shot. And this wind, if we get that close. He's bedded in the wide open. It's gonna be almost impossible to get him with a bow, but we might be able to get close enough with a rifle. Even that's gonna be tough. I think we've got to go around all the way. Once you're on his level, maybe the topography is such that, you know, he's in behind some rocks there, because there is some rocks. Maybe I can come out behind, depending on what the wind's doing, and, you know, slowly. And I think one thing for sure, we've got to get within shooting distance, one way or another. and then figure it out from there. He sits that way, he's sleeping. There's nobody around him. There's no other sheep. There's nothing. So I think we go straight now. He'll start at 162 yards, and every 10 yards we get closer and closer. And we're just slowly, the three of us, slide down. And I'll try a sitting shot if I have to shoot him right, because I won't be able to use that tripod thing. Okay. He's done. Holy smokes. Holy smokes. Oh, that's a stock.
That was a stock.
Holy.
What was that, 170 yards on the hands and knees?
He just started to quarter towards me. I put her just on the front, but he went down. He didn't even go 5 feet. Holy smokes. Oh. Oh. Oh, he's ancient. Look how he's all boomed up. Oh, he's just spectacular. It doesn't even look real with the 4 horns.
The locals call it Kuma.
Kuma.
Yes, it means, that's Quechua, and it means sheep with 4 horns.
Okay, Quechua is a tribe, and
Quechua is the Inca language.
Inca, okay.
I was told that the Vikings brought it to South America.
Oh, well, they could have,
To
right?
Argentina.
But they've been here forever.
They've been here forever.
Yeah. You can see the toes, how old this animal was underneath of the actual hoof. This one's broken right off. I mean, that's just got to be nerve ends. He's an old animal. He wouldn't live much longer, I don't think. We're going back down the valley to that old gentleman that gave us the potatoes and the queso fresca, the fresh cheese the other day. He gave us food that was a big part of what he owned, how he lived, yet he invited us in to share. And we all feel that something like that has to be paid forward. So we're going to give him the entire 4-horn sheep. One thing, it's going to make his day, probably make his week, actually.
Te hemos traído de regalo un carnero.
¿Y usted
Para
no
la
lo-
carne. No, para que te quedes la carne tú. Como le regalaste a él queso y papas, en agradecimiento te ha traído un carnero de él.
Oiga. Entonces, sí, pues, como hemos dicho, ya no hay problema.
He says you're welcome and whenever you guys want, you can come back anytime.
Good. Really appreciate
Y ¿nos podemos tomar un vinito?
He wants to offer us a little bit of wine.
it. Just a little bit.
Un poquito nomás.
That's good. Perfect. Toast to new friends. From
Salud, salud.
Peru, Canada, United States. And it just gets paid forward and forward and forward. When you do something nice, someone does nice back for you, and do something nice again, it's a better world. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Claro, pues.
We've come just about as far around the planet as you possibly can. That's like deadly, deadly poison. Nature's telling us we've literally got to get out of here now.